Hey guys, what's up? It's JRCuber. In this video we have an unboxing from Drew Brad's. In here we've got some older puzzles, some vintage puzzles that he got that he did not want, so he sold them to me, which is really great. So let's go ahead and open it up. So if you guys don't know, Drew Brad's is a speed cuber. He's sponsored by The Cubicle. Really fast. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what all is in here. Oh man, we've got a lot of interesting stuff. So first of all, we've got what looks like a magic, so we'll have to check that out. We've got a missing link. We've got a Rubik's 4x4. And then it looks like we've just got a whole bunch of packaging. And then a note. I don't even want to try and explain this joke if you guys don't get it, but yeah. Okay, so this is everything we got. We got a whole bunch of cube bags. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these because I don't use cube bags. Yeah, 5 cube bags. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but thanks, Drew. So then we have these 3 puzzles and this, which is basically the instruction guide for what looks like the Rubik's Magic. So that's really cool. I'm glad that he included that. So these are all vintage puzzles. This is basically an original Magic from the 80s. This is an original 4x4 from the 80s. And this is an original Missing Link, also from the 80s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1981. So with this 4x4, I actually already have an original 4x4. I bought one off of Ghost Cuber, who had one. But now it looks like I've got another one. So this is the one that I got from Ghost Cuber. This one also turns really well. So it actually moves incredibly well for a Rubik's 4x4, especially one from the 80s. So you can see it's made in Macau. So this one was made in Taiwan in 1982 as well. So a little bit different. That's probably why the stickers are a little different. And then other than that, the color scheme is the same. So this is the Japanese color scheme. And yeah, Rubik's Revenge. So this one does not turn as well. He also said that there was a broken piece on here that he had to fix. I don't know which one it is, I can't really tell, but yeah, so original Rubik's 4x4. So pretty awesome. So yeah, big thanks to Drew for fixing this puzzle up and sending it to me. I'm glad I have 2 of them now. I'm always looking to collect cool vintage puzzles. So yeah, the next one we have here is the Missing Link. So the Missing Link was from the makers of the Rubik's Cube, right? So it's Ideal Toys. So it's not really a twisty puzzle. I guess it is kind of, because you've got these little things here that move on the outer sections. The middle one doesn't move. But basically the idea of this is that you have this missing link, obviously, and then you can move, you know, these pieces around into the spot, into the missing spot, and kind of scramble it that way. So yeah, the idea is to link up all these 3 rings. So yeah, this is a pretty cool puzzle. Oh, it's a bit squeaky. And it looks like the 2 outer parts are kind of connected. So this is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I always imagined it being a lot bigger, but it's still pretty cool, and I'm kind of curious to see if I can solve it. But yeah, I can't imagine that it would be super difficult, but who knows. And then the final puzzle we got is this original Rubik's Magic. So let's see, we've got 1986 Rubik made in China. If you guys don't know what a magic is, you probably haven't been cubing for that long, but magic actually used to be an official WCA event. Basically the idea is you want to link up these 3 rings, and the way you do it is just by one single kind of algorithm, I guess, that you do that links up the 3 rings, and you just do that over and over again. So it was basically just a test of speed, and people got really fast at this. I don't remember what the world record was, but I think it was like 0.85 or something like ridiculous like that. But yeah, so magic is pretty cool, but it got removed basically because it was the same thing every time. It was the same solution that was being done every time. So it wasn't really a puzzle, you know? But yeah, this is an original Magic from Rubik's. I'm really glad I have one of these because I actually don't have a normal Magic in my collection. I just have custom Magics that I've made. This one's actually really loud too. So the other ones have a lot looser strings, so they don't make quite as loud of a noise. But yeah, these things are basically held together by basically fishing line. It's pretty much just like that. It's just a clear clear string basically, and it's pretty strong, but these things do have a tendency to break if you are too rough with them. So I do know how to restring a magic. It's actually not as hard as some people make it out to be. I remember watching videos of people getting really mad at their magics when they would break and they would just buy new ones instead of restringing them. But I don't find it to be that tricky, honestly, because I did it like 7 or 8 times when I was making my 4 custom ones, because I would get it wrong a couple times, but it wasn't that bad, honestly. But yeah, I kind of want to take a look at this instruction guide. It says, "Congratulations, you've just purchased one of the most ingenious puzzles ever produced. Each Rubik's Magic puzzle is handmade and should give you hours of intriguing play." So I think it basically goes through how to solve it. So the other thing too with the Rubik's Magic is that you can kind of mess it up. So if you start doing weird stuff like this, and then you try and solve it, it's not going to solve normally, but you can do a whole lot of different moves, and it can get really weird and make a lot of weird shapes that aren't really supposed to happen. So yeah, you kind of are just supposed to keep it in either this position or this position. So this is the solve state. So, you know, technically, this is the scrambled state, and this is the way you store it, right? So it just folds up like that. So yeah, magic is really kind of a weird thing. It's not really a twisty puzzle, but it's just kind of cool. And yeah, that's a really cool puzzle from the 80s. So yeah, these are the puzzles that we got. So yeah, big thanks to Drew for sending out these puzzles to me. I'm really glad to add them to the collection now. And my search for vintage puzzles continues to grow. So if you guys have any cool vintage puzzles that you are willing to sell, then definitely be sure to hit me up with an email. If you go to the About page on my channel, you can find my email there. But if you actually do have a vintage puzzle that you're willing to sell, definitely be sure to let me know. I'm still looking for an old 5x5 and an original 2x2. There's some other cool stuff that was made back then that would be nice to have, like the Rubik's World and the Rubik's UFO. Some other cool puzzles. Anyways, that about does it for this unboxing of these vintage puzzles. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a like. Links to all of my social media pages, my Patreon, and my merch store are all linked down in the description below as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.